Hello, folks. In this video, I wanted to talk about the layoff buddy growth in marketing. So, I had put a different video on this, part one. So, this is going to be part two, and I want to talk about how people put about their layoff stories in, say, LinkedIn publicly or on Reddit and whatnot. The thing is, like layoff buddy can actually look for these in a manual way or in an automated way also, but then Reddit API I think costs something, and then LinkedIn API is also I think paid. Similarly, other kind of social platforms will have some sort of paid API. If it's a free API, then I would say go ahead and use it and run some script locally whenever you want to do a growth, wherein you actually reach out to these people through, say, comments, direct messages, and whatnot, and tell them that, hey, there's this community called Layoff Buddy. If you want, you can join in. And please do give feedback on what you think and whatnot. Or this can be an automatic message, or this can be a lead that can be told to, say, someone like Shamsher Ansari, who is the community manager for Layoff Buddy, who has created this community, and or similar people who are actually trying to do reach outs and leads to grow the platform, the community. So this is one good way, I think, where people talk about that they got laid off. Basically, any way you can find out that someone got laid off, can you help them? In any way, if you can find out that someone is going to get laid off, can you help them? And of course, there are usually news like, say, Google, Microsoft, and all laid off employees and whatnot. Can you actually get some news through a API for free, and get some data, right? And then reach out to people automatically or in a manual way. Of course, in a manual way, you can't reach out to many people, but you can reach out to some. So understand, like, and reach out to people and try to grow the community. And what else? And yeah, API being paid or free is one thing, and then also how do you run this script, automated script? Ideally, you would be running a bot which is running always on some server, which listens to messages that people give, and this bot can be a part of the platform, so that it can send messages or comment on things. Say if it's on Twitter and whatnot, Twitter has something called Twitter streams, but you will only get a sample of a response, Twitter tweets on the stream. They have a stream API for tweets and all. And then there are paid APIs, of course. You will get only a sample stream of tweets. Before you used to get more, I think, or all of them. Now you get a small sample, 10% or something, or 1%, I don't know how much. And then they have paid, of course. So let's say you use the free API. Now, where do you run your bot, which is going to actually look for all this and do comments or like, share, retweet, um, send direct messages and all that. Well, you can run it in your local machine for now. Shamsher, for example, can run it in his local machine, and yeah, like whenever he wants to run it, or like whenever his laptop is on, he can just run it. Or else he has to run it 24/7 on some server. That's the only way. What else? What else? I had one more idea while I was just talking. Yeah, I mean, all this like, share, comment, yes. And also use the bot to retweet about people hiring, and then talk about how there is this community called Layoff Buddy and whatnot. So basically create value wherein you actually retweet or repost or reshare or whatever, or share people who are like people's posts or whatever who are hiring, and talk about how layoff buddy community is a thing where people can actually join in, and in case they're laid off or they want to help others, or in case they're trying to change jobs in general, or they are anticipating a layoff, then they can join in. So create value. That's one of the best ways. Create value and then talk about your community, product, or whatever you want to talk about, and create awareness around and create marketing around. And layoff buddy, I think they have to think about what is the call to action in their community, like what happens when one joins the community. are they just passive or active, like, and what does that mean and whatnot, right? So, and what does it mean when when you say that they've joined the community and that they are a active member, passive member? What are the different steps or kinds of members and like whatnot? For example, one kind of member is who's already laid off or who's anticipating a laid off is one kind of member. One kind of member is like who's trying to help, mentor in different things and whatnot. So it's important to think about that also when thinking about the growth in marketing and try to understand how you can reach out to different kinds of people and what are their different kinds of call to action so that you can accordingly have a call to action apart from your awareness and marketing being done by creating value. For example, by creating value saying these are some of the companies that are hiring in this month or in this week, these are some of the posts by recruiters and whatnot. And then I think Layoff Buddy community can tie up with some recruiters who are always looking for people, say independent recruiters or recruiting companies, which are actually consulting companies for other companies that are doing recruiting, and this company, recruiting company, just helps with recruitment, or recruiters inside companies and whatnot. And what else? There can be a separate community or related stuff wherein uh, companies and communities and people can actually put up opportunities for people who are laid off. Let's say they are trying to hone their skills. Anyone who's trying to hone their skills will try to do one of these two things, like, or like one of these things. There will be probably many things now, not just two things, but one of this is like learning, going and learning theory and trying to do practice and whatnot through tutorials and whatnot. And they'll actually be trying to like hone their skills, read books and whatnot. So learning and practicing, can they actually also do the work itself, right? But they have to have an opportunity to do the work. They could be an intern or they could be a newbie who still hasn't entered the industry. So how do they get experience? How do they get a job or whatever, right? What they can do is they can say no money, but no pay. So no pay or no money or no salary, but um, full experience. This is kind of like relating to no pain, no gain. So no pay, full gain. So no pay, so no salary, no thing. So they can actually think about or consider if they don't need the money immediately, can they actually spend some time working with other folks who are professionals or who need help. Let's say I'm trying to help with growth and marketing, and I don't need the money from that. I can make money through my software job, but I want to hone my skills in marketing growth. Can I actually provide my skill to someone for free and learn and hone my skills while doing the thing, right? So that's what I'm trying to do for Layoff Buddy community as of now. So similarly, can Layoff Buddy community have something like no pay, full gain, as some community or some group or some sort of like list wherein people can come up and say that, hey, I'm fine with no pay, no salary, no money, no benefits, but the only benefit, of course, being learning and honing your skills. So no benefits, apart from the only benefit being you are being given the chance to work on something. So basically, who are seeking to learn, so seekers, job seekers, which has no pay and all that, and then job creators or who people who have jobs, uh, such jobs wherein they need someone but they don't have the money to pay or they don't want to pay for some reason. Say you don't have experience or you don't need the money, you already said you don't need the money, so I'll do it for free, whatever. And but ideally there shouldn't be any contract and all, because they're not, the person who is trying to do the job is not getting paid. So if there's no pay, I don't see any meaning for like agreements and things like you should stay with me for 1 month, you should work with me for 1 month, or else we won't take you and all that. Like I mean, beforehand you can talk about it and ensure that that is taken care of, but there's no formal agreement to say that you have to stay with me for a month or you have to hit this deadline and whatnot. You're trying to do a job for free and try to hone your skills. So there will be less trust on the people who are trying to seek such a thing, such a job. But people who are okay with such a thing and who are ready to give the work to someone and be vulnerable and try to give the work to someone and are not too serious about like the details and whatnot that, or who does the work, how and things like that, and are ready to give a chance to someone who's trying to hone their skills, but do it for free. And you get the basically for the person who is trying to give the job, for them they get it for free. That's one of their benefits, and they get to help someone who is trying to seek for a job, seek for some help to hone their skills, give them a chance, and all. So they get to actually give someone a chance. And job seekers or work seekers can actually seek work and not get paid, but they'll gain full experience. So no pain, no pay, full gain, and no pain, full experience, things like that. These are some good names that you can actually have for the website community and whatnot. So I still haven't checked if the domain is available. No pay, full gain. Anyways, I'll probably check it out in some time. Well, that's all I had for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.